Hey YouTube, it's Jamar from Vegas Sense. Got a brand new comparison video today. In this video, we're comparing Initio Side Effect with two Fragrance World fragrances that I have in my possession. Just before I get started, just want to ask anyone that's new to watching my channel, please go ahead and drop a like, leave a comment, also subscribe to the channel. And if you found this information helpful, definitely share the video. So just to get straight into it, I've got a little 2 ml decant of Initio Side Effect, and the two fragrances that I'm comparing this against are actually both by Fragrance World. One is called Purple Effect, and it comes in this little bottle here. And the other one is also by Fragrance World, but this is from their higher end FA Paris line, and that goes by the name of After Effect. All right, so you can see the After Effect bottle. This looks like basically like the other Initio fragrances that they have in the FA Paris line. They've got the Side Effect Clone, Ooh for Greatness, Must Therapy, and then the Ooh for Happiness. So just to get started, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spray Side Effect on like the inside of my arm here, on the left side. And then I'm gonna spray After Effect on my left hand. And strong stuff. And Purple Effect on my right hand. All right, so I'm gonna let them dry off a little bit. All right, so in the opening for these fragrances, the After Effect, definitely it smells completely different from what Side Effect does. Purple Effect is definitely a lot closer in the opening of this fragrance. In the opening of Side Effect, you get like this really sort of boozy accord. It's boozy, it's sweet, and it almost, to me, it kind of reminds me of like, it almost kind of smells like a cherry mentholated like cough drop or something like that. Like that's the type of vibe that the opening of Side Effect gives me. With After Effect, I'm mainly just getting like spices with After Effect in the opening. Spices and tobacco, pretty much. And then with the Purple Effect, I'm also more so getting spices with Purple Effect. But that sort of kind of mentholated cherry type of cough drop vibe, it's a little present in this one. It is, honestly, but you do more so get like the spices and tobacco also in this one as well. Now, pretty much at this point, the After Effect and the Purple Effect, they are starting to smell closer to each other. The main difference being that the After Effect is definitely a little bit stronger, and the Purple Effect is definitely the weakest, I would say, out of all three of these. Now, After Effect, To me, it still does smell just a tad bit spicier than the Purple Effect. But again, these are starting to get a little bit closer. And they're both, I would say, pretty far off from what Side Effect actually smells like. At least in this stage of the fragrance. Now, that doesn't mean that either of these, smell bad in any type of way. We're just pretty much, I'm going over the accuracy of, how these compare against the original. And just from an accuracy standpoint, they do open, pretty much completely different than what Side Effect does. This one is a little bit closer, at least for probably like the first minute or so of the opening, but it's still a little different than what Side Effect is in the opening. Side Effect right now is still sort of hanging on to like some of the booziness. It hasn't completely turned into, like a spicy sort of fragrance as of yet. Most of that sort of menthol, that cherry menthol type of vibe is pretty much gone away, at least on my skin right now from the Side Effect. But like I said, it hasn't completely turned spicy yet. And with the After Effect, I'm starting to get a little bit of booziness with this one now. And the spices are sort of toned down at this particular moment. In my opinion, the Purple Effect, it does smell a lot similar to, the After Effect. However, like I said, this Purple Effect, it doesn't have as much projection or strength as the After Effect or the Side Effect do. So in terms of like overall performance with this one, and I mean, this is the first of the two that I actually bought. This one, I probably got like around 5 or 6 hours or so in terms of performance with the Purple Effect. Like I said, the projection is not as strong as After Effect, but I mean, it's decent, at least for like the first hour to hour and a half or so. With the After Effect, I definitely get like 2+ hours or so of projection, and it's definitely a lot stronger than the Purple Effect. And then in terms of like just overall longevity, I get, at least 10-12+ hours or so with the After Effect. And that's both on skin or clothes, no matter what. So definitely this one is the better performer. Neither one of these, I would say, are like the most accurate clone of Side Effect. Like I said, this one, or really both of these, they kind of start off spicy pretty much, and then they go boozy. Whereas Side Effect starts off boozy and then it goes spicy. So it just kind of depends on which part of the fragrance you enjoy the most, you could say. Obviously with this one you definitely, it drives down to like this really boozy sort of vanillic type of scent. You do also, you get some, the tobacco, I would say, really the whole time. It's just, in terms of like those spices though, the spices sort of, stay like right at the beginning of this particular fragrance. And then, like I said, it kind of goes boozy and vanillic. So if that's the part of Side Effect that you more so prefer, then you may like this one. With Purple Effect to me is a little bit more linear. This one doesn't really change too much from what it is, when you initially spray it on. This one pretty much, it just kind of remains like a tobacco, like a spicy sort of tobacco scent, in my opinion, like the whole entire time. So if that's the part of side effect that you prefer, then, this may be a decent clone for you. Now, in terms of whether or not I would actually prefer one of these over side effect, I do actually prefer the way that this one smells, especially in the dry down to side effect. There's something about side effect that in the dry down, at least for me, it just doesn't, like, there's some sort of note in this that just doesn't really sit right with me. And it really sort of reminds me of the dry down of what I smelled from Alexandria Fragrances Hani, which is their Ani clone. There's some note in this that kind of reminds me of that, in this particular fragrance and side effect. I don't know if it's like the way that the vanilla is done in this, in side effect, and the way that it was done in Hani. It's something about that, these two fragrances that I just don't really like in terms of the dry down. But, again, that's just me. So you may love the way that side effect smells in the dry down, and you may hate the way that this one or this one smells in the dry down. So I would say just try to get your hands on these and try them. If you could only choose one, I would definitely go with this one. This one definitely, to me, smells of a little bit higher quality. It lasts a lot longer. It projects, harder. But this one is also more expensive. This one has become a little bit easier to find on different websites. I believe you can actually get this one from Amazon now for like around $40 to $50 or so. When I first found out about this particular fragrance, I couldn't hardly find this on eBay. I couldn't find this on eBay at all, or any other sort of sites. And then I was finally able to get this I believe I got this from the Oud store. So definitely check him out. Also, maybe check out, any other sites. Like I said, Amazon has it for like between $40 or $50, I believe. So just, check those out and see which one has it for the cheapest. But yeah, this one I paid, I think $59.99 for this one. And I believe I paid about $40 to $45 for the purple effect. Like I said, again, definitely this one is going to be a lot more worth it, in my opinion, just in terms of the quality of smell, the projection, the longevity. This one definitely has performance that more so mimics the original side effect. It's just that the accuracy of the scent, it's not there when it comes to that, but it's still a great scent. So if I were to rate these two, I would say that this one is like a 8.5 out of 10. This one I would give like a 7. All right. And I mean, really, that's probably being a little generous. But yeah, I would give this one about a 7 to be fair. Both of these, if you like that side effect DNA, you really can't go wrong with. But, again, this one is definitely the better fragrance, in my opinion. All right. So let me know, have you smelled either one of these clones of side effect? Let me know how you like them if you did. And also let me know if you smelled side effect in general. Let me know if you like that fragrance. All right. So that's Jamar from Vegas Scents. I'll see you on the next video.